asking me questions about finance, and I was also maybe slightly frustrated with maybe the very academic nature of the class, and there's a lot of differences from practice in. So I wanted to give my 2 cents and maybe make things a little bit easier to understand and explain a few things that if I didn't know finance, I wouldn't have known what he was talking about. So first things though, when it comes to finance, you have to have the mentality, and I'm coming from Wall Street, and I know that Wall Street's not in every country, but the people that work on Wall Street are from every country. And if there's money to be made in a different country, they're going to go there. So the principles of Wall Street tend to reflect in all other countries. And if they're not reflecting, they will shortly. Because where there's money to be made, people go there to make money. So that being said, finance people have the reputation as much as I don't like it. Think about the person you care about most in your life, and then a Wall Street person would sell that person for a loaf of bread. They are literally, no, it's true. They are literally, the people who are affecting the market are literally sharks. They will do whatever it takes to make money. And I'm not saying that all of Wall Street's like that. I'm not saying that individual banks are like that. Eric. Defensive. Running large amounts of dollars, and some of the people that do work for these banks, they're absolute sharks. And so if you think that you have a strategy and you can probably make money at it for a very short time because somebody's going to figure it out. And what I found is that there's always somebody smarter than you. There's always somebody with another formula. And if you aren't willing to sell your grandmother for $3, then you shouldn't be trying to play against these guys because they are willing to do that. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on industry practice finance. So I kind of went through the slides that he gave us, and I picked out some things that I like. If you guys want to go through your slides along with me and ask questions, feel free to. I also have a few Excel things that some of the problems a little bit easier, and maybe I'll share a few of my insights from the group assignment without revealing the answer, but or at least what I thought the answer was. So first, we talked about most people don't know about finance. This is already skip right past that. But then he talked about ratio analysis, and then that led into capital asset pricing model. He skipped over ratio analysis very, very quickly. He said basically it's an antiquated whatever. It's not used anymore. Art form. It actually still is used. Warren Buffett, richest person in the world, uses ratio analysis. So I thought I would throw my 2 cents in on that. Yes, everybody can look at the price of a company and compare that to how much debt it has or its debt to equity. Everybody can do that, but that doesn't mean that everybody trades off of that. And so there are some ratios out there, and if you really want to know, I don't know them off the top of my head, but I can look them up. And if you're thinking about investing for yourself, the main point is, if the richest person in the world does it, and he's still doing it, I still think that there's some merit to it. There's a book, if anybody's interested, called Securities Analysis. It's the driest book on investing that you'll ever read, but it's probably the best book ever written. Written by Graham and Dodd. But it's Warren Buffett read the book, and they were his mentors, and ever since then. So keep that in mind. Anyway, discounted cash flows. So potentially part of an assignment that we might be doing. So everybody understand time value of money. Money is worth more today than it is tomorrow, and it's opportunity cost. And I don't have an exact terminology like some of the professors do, but does everybody understand discounted cash flow? Yeah. Everybody know cash flow in general? It's money flowing either in or out. So everybody understand how to discounted cash flow out in time. So we take 5% and then we go 5% again and 5% again and we discount those cash flows back. Everybody feel comfortable about doing that?
Yes.
So,
I'm curious about the discounted like forward and backwards. I don't know if that was because of the compounded rates and all these things we talked about last week. But yeah, about the I wouldn't mind if we did maybe just one simple basic sample just to.
Sure. So if we're looking at cash flows, we'll take a project. So we spend $500. We get so we and 7% discount rate. So basically, we're going to spend $500 in this scenario. We're going to get back these cash flows. Now, whether that's buying a stock and getting back dividends, or it's doing a project or something along those lines, we have cash flows and then we're going to discount them back. So basically, the formula we were taught is we discount this, if this is 7% a year, you discount this divided by 1 plus the discount rate, the time t, which this case is 1. And then this is divided by 2, 3. So we're going to basically bring all those cash flows back as if we had them today. And the reason we do that, that gives us the amount of money we should put in the bank right now to have the same amount of money at those specific times in the future. Does that kind of make sense?
It's kind of like what you're doing when you buy a bond. Kind of, you're buying a fixed, but you're buying it for less.
So we're going to talk about bonds because bonds are explained not very well, and not all bonds work that way.
Okay.
But yes, that is one way. That's only on a 0 coupon bond.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know what the answer is to this, but
Got it.
this is the concept of how it works. Shortcut.
Yes.
Excel.
This
relates to you.
So net present value formula on Excel equals NPV. You put in the discount rate, and then you just highlight all your cells that you want to discount back.
And where's the 500? Minus 500?
So that's the thing. The NPV formula starts at year 1, so you have to be careful with that. So then you would take this result plus.
But we don't have continuous. If we have like 1 year for
highlight both cells, like timing.
You cannot have a different discount rate. You can only have one discount rate with this formula.
No, I mean, sorry. I mean, if we don't have consecutive times, but if I have year 1, I just put in year 2, 0.
Yeah, year 2 would be 0.
Okay.
So you can put 0, 0, and then highlight all your cash flows. If that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
But be careful because something that we might be doing, we might start with year 0, so you might want to skip the first cell. If I were doing this, last night.
Okay.
So, does this make sense?
Yep.
I think so. I just don't understand the Excel. Like, why do you put the plus?
Oh, so this formula starts at time 1.
Yep.
So your first cell is time 1, time 2, time 3.
Okay.
So then if there's anything in year 0, you have to add or subtract that after you do the formula.
Okay.
And if in your data you have a year 0, skip that cell and start at year 1.
Okay. Got it.
But this makes it just a little bit easier in my opinion.
Yeah.
Saves a little bit of time. Or if you still have to write it out, maybe for the test, you can still double check your answer.
It's very good.
You said we'll have to include the minus.
No problem. Sorry, I can't put my computer up there, otherwise I'd do it. Did everybody get the same answer? Does my theory work?
I got 182.1.